Hello, everyone, and welcome to Produce Talks, the podcast brought to you by the Canadian Produce Marketing Association. I'm your host, Jenna Ong Tone, Manager of Health and Education at CPMA. Throughout this podcast, we sit down with industry experts and leaders from across the produce supply chain to explore the latest trends, challenges, and opportunities shaping our industry. Let's get started. On this episode, we're catching up with 3 alumni from CPMA's Passion for Produce program, a mentorship program for emerging professionals in the produce industry. They're here at CPMA's semi-annual meetings, sitting in on committee and board meetings. And today they'll share their experiences in the PFP program, the lessons they've learned, and their top tips for anyone applying for the program this October. Please welcome Janis Deschênes from Highline Mushrooms, Biagio Fonicolo from Canadawide Fruits, and Jenna Peters from Mucci Farms. So let's get started. We really want to get to know you and would like you to introduce yourselves to our listeners and really share what first drew you to the produce industry. So Janis, why don't we start with you and hear your story?
Hi. So my name is Janis. I've been in the produce industry for 16 years, and I came from a really different sector, nothing to do related with produce. And I kind of just fell into it and fell in love with the produce sector. Every day is a different thing. There's always a challenge that, you would have not seen one day, then the next day it's something different. So that's what kept me in the produce industry. Amazing.
We hear that a lot of people are coming from different sectors and end up in produce. Biagio, how about yourself?
So I'm Biagio. I started my journey while I was doing my studies, placing fruits and vegetables on the counter of grocery store. What started as a simple role quickly sparked an interest in me in this fast-moving pace industry that we're in, right? For the past 11 years now, I've been with Canadawide, where I manage buying and sales for major accounts. What keeps me passionate about the industry is the constant challenges, as Janis mentioned. The relationships we build, the satisfaction of knowing that we're delivering fresh produce to people.
Amazing. And Jenna, how about yourself?
Hi, everyone. I'm Jenna. I am from a small town of Leamington, Ontario. And if you don't know, Kingsville-Leamington area is a high concentrated area of greenhouses. So I was introduced to the greenhouse industry, not on purpose, but kind of on purpose. So I work for Mucci Farms, and I've been there now for about 8 years. And just being in the environment kind of drew me. I ended here on an accident.
Love it. It's so interesting how some of us are born into it and then some of us follow into it on a different path. So I'm curious to know, what motivated you to first join the Passion for Produce program? Biagio, maybe I'll start off with you.
Didn't know about it at first. Found out through a colleague of mine that did it the year before. And she started talking about how interesting it was and how she got to meet mentors and how she grew and got on different panels herself. So I said to myself, you know what? This might be a great opportunity for me to get to know different mentors within the CPMA, within the board, and maybe one day get on the board myself.
And Jenna, how about yourself? What motivated you?
Well, so I had a colleague that joined Passion for Produce a few years before I got the chance to do it. And I remember her expressing her excitement and everything that she gained from the overall program. And I remember I'm part of the marketing team, so I do a lot of the setup and merchandising at the shows. And I oftentimes saw everybody with the famous red vest walking around the show floor. And I was always so intrigued about kind of what it was. So that kind of motivated me into joining Passion for Produce and kind of seeing what was happening at the show floor.
The red vests really grab your attention, don't they?
They do.
They do.
And Janis, how about yourself?
So I joined the PFP program many years before. I think I was on the second edition. It was a fairly new program, and I was really on a quest for knowledge. I have been in the produce industry for a few years myself, and as I mentioned, it was a new program. It was a chance to also be introduced to more than my category, mushrooms. So it was a chance for me to, then again, the quest for knowledge, getting to know my peers better, and just being surrounded by people that are really passionate about produce, right? And that is where you met all your contacts and you kind of meet friends. I remember I have a friend that I've met during the program and we're still in contact today. So the connection that you made are really good.
Amazing. And that's what we're hearing from a lot of the PFP alumni. So great to have those connections for many years. So one thing I was also wondering is what's the most valuable lesson or insight you've gained from this program? Jenna, maybe I'll turn it over to you.
So probably one of the biggest lessons I've learned with the Passion for Produce program was we are all on the same team. We are all trying to feed people healthy produce, and we are all trying to have the same goals. So that for me was very insightful to kind of see everybody on the same team. And like Janis had said earlier, I've been able to build connections and gain friends from my same Passion for Produce group. And we've all been able to stay connected and bounce ideas off of each other in that sense. So it definitely kind of opened up those gates.
Wonderful. Janis, how about you?
Well, it will be along what Jenna just mentioned. I think it's the valuable lesson is that everything is intertwined, from the transport to quality to retail, like everything goes along together. And that's the most valuable lesson, that you just need to understand kind of every part of the industry and also the connection. The connection are gold. I mean, this is what all our industry is about, right? So
Yeah,
that's pretty much resume. Yeah.
We are such an intertwined industry where we rely on one another.
Yes.
And it's such an interesting sector because we're really well known for like when everyone gets together, even though we're kind of competitors, everyone is just like working together. So it's a really special industry. Biagio, how about yourself?
So for myself, it would be, I gained a lot from the PFP program, just how important it is to step outside our day-to-day roles. Having access to mentors, industry leaders, the CPMA board, that helped me a lot. It reminded me that no matter how long you've been in the business, there's always more and more to learn every day.
I don't think you ever finish your learning experience. Like there's always something new to learn, from new technology, from new process. It's a never-ending story.
I totally agree with you.
Always learning, right? So one thing I was wondering too is, how has the PFP program influenced your desire to help shape the industry and get more involved with CPMA? Obviously, you guys are here at participating at CPMA's semi-annual meetings where you get to audit, the board meetings, the committee meetings. But I'm curious to learn a little bit more, especially with your experience being here, how you plan to get involved. Janis, how about you?
During the program, you spend so many days surrounding that by people that are passionate about produce. And right, it's like we're all here for a good cause, like, giving healthy food to your children, my children. I mean, and you're just soaked into that passion, and you really you leave the program saying, I want to make a difference too. I want to, bring the categories further up. And it's a good cause. I mean, who doesn't want to eat healthy food and being just, surrounded? And
yeah, so true. And Biagio?
So what inspired me? I had a great mentor. He's actually a past chair. I acknowledge George Pitsakoulis on this one. He inspired me also, told me to go ahead, and allows me to get involved within the board, and get on. My next focus is basically to get on different committees and see where it could lead me personally and within my career. I guess once you get on these boards and become maybe one day, hopefully, a director, it's a personal achievement. And that's what I'm looking for within my career, growth.
And curious for your thoughts, Jenna.
The Passion for Produce program ignited a newfound joy for me and excitement. It opened up so many doors. I think being able to have one-on-ones with different mentors, CEOs and executives and directors at high levels really ignited something in me. Seeing their passion for produce and seeing all of their efforts pushed forward. It's not a company thing necessarily. It is it's very personal for everyone. And seeing that passion exude through them kind of ignited something in me to wanting to give back and wanting to get involved in the industry, and seeing what I can push forward and make the changes and be a voice for the industry.
It sounds like mentorship just had such an impact, right?
Such a big impact.
Yeah.
There's so many takeaways, and the mentors that we had access to were so open and honest and giving their opinions or giving their insights on things. And they challenged us in a way to be open-minded and to think outside the box, and don't just think company focused, think about the bigger picture as well. And I think opening that gate and seeing different perspectives really helped, again, fuel that passion.
Wonderful.
It's also seeing where they started.
Yes,
and what
absolutely.
they've become today.
Absolutely.
I think it's a drive for all of us.
it's not related to the company that you work with currently, because we never know what happens in the future. It's just your personal growth within the industry, and not just personal on I want to advance my career. Yes, we all have that in mind, but it's also I want to get the category, the produce industry further. We want to make things better, and that's the passion that you work for a company and that you work from another. You still have that passion to drive things ahead.
So we know that PFP applications for 2026 are opening very soon, and we know that it can be quite a competitive process. So I'm curious to hear from you all if you have any advice for those who are interested in applying to the PFP program and how they could really, stand out when they're applying to this program. So Biagio, do you have any tips for anyone applying for 2026?
I do. The biggest advice to anybody applying for PFP is just be yourself. Let your passion for the industry come out. I know on the application you have to talk about yourself. Just talk about yourself. Let people know who you are and what your driving force is. It can be a very competitive, but keep yourself genuine when you're filling out this application. That's what I would say. At the end of the day, your passion for what we do, it's your strongest asset.
That's great advice. Jenna?
My advice would be brag about your achievements. As humans, we tend to just take a seat back when we speak about ourselves. But this is an opportunity to show your achievements and let everybody know what you're working towards and what your plans are, and exude that passion throughout the industry. So definitely take the time, brag about your achievements, talk about yourself on a personal level. And yeah, that's my biggest advice.
Great tips. What about you, Janis?
I mean, I think Biagio and Jenna really resumed the basis. Like you have to let yourself shine and accept that you're doing a really good job. And I would say, don't get discouraged if you're not accepted the first time.
Keep applying.
Keep applying. Your time will come. I think we've discussed about this. People are applying 1 time, 2 times, and then they get the opportunity. Just don't get discouraged. Keep on trying.
This program is absolutely worth the wait.
Yes, absolutely. So, I mean, don't let yourself bog down.
Don't get discouraged.
Exactly,
keep going.
Exactly. Keep going, and your time will come, and it's all going to be fine.
That's great advice. And, we've had people it's taken 3 tries to get in, and not just for one person, but for many people. So I think that's really, really good advice to just keep trying. And maybe this year may not be the year, but just to keep going at it, right?
Yeah, because afterwards, like you would do your application, and within the year, you're doing such a personal growth, personal side. So who knows if the next year you will be in just a better position to absorb everything that you will learn and just get all those connections that we're drive for.
So before signing off, I want to do something fun. So let's do a quick little lightning round. So I want you all to share one final tip or insight for anyone looking to build a career in the produce industry. Jenna, you go.
Get involved, attend events. It allows you the space to grow your confidence and learn and create a personal career and a community outside just your 4 walls of your workplace. So that's my advice. Get involved, attend events.
Janis.
Jenna did reason, because we all said it before, right? It's a connection industry. You need to rely on those relationships. But my advice, because of that aspect of relationship and connection, is that, a mentor of mine said once, and she will recognize her advice if she hears this podcast, is that your name is all you have and your reputation is all you have. So yes, attend the shows, be out there, be involved, but just keep in mind that, the way that you present yourself, your name is all you have at the end of the day. So that relationship aspect also starts with yourself as well.
Great. Those are good words. Final words, Biagio.
Final words. Stay curious and open-minded. That's what I would say. There's always something new to learn within this industry. It's a fast-moving industry, as we all know around this table here today. Build strong relationships. Don't forget to get yourself a nice work-life balance. And within the industry, we all talk about that.
Oh, yes.
Right? What is the right work-life balance? Only you know. But just keep one. I have a personal saying of mine. There's no day like another in this industry.
Absolutely.
And that's what's fun about what we do.
Keeps things interesting, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And your normal today might not be your normal tomorrow. And you just have to stay open to just
be able to adapt to changes.
Exactly. You need to have that because, like I said, especially with work-life balance, when you have children, I have young children. So you need to have that space that, you know, it's okay for now. And then maybe next week it will be a disaster, but it's okay. You'll figure it out. It's all good.
It'll all work out in the end.
It will all work out.
Great. Well, I wanted to thank you all for joining us today, Janis, Biagio, and Jenna, for sharing your insights and experiences. We're excited to really follow your journey in this produce industry. And to our listeners, our 2026 Passion for Produce applications is opening this October, so be sure to apply at cpma.ca for an unforgettable experience taking place at CPMA's Convention and Trade Show in April 2026 in Toronto. Stay tuned for our next episode where politics meets produce. We'll hear from industry representatives who took part in CPMA's Meet and Greet series, working to advance industry policy priorities with the new federal government. Thank you to our guests and to you, our listeners, for joining us. Be sure to subscribe to Produce Talks on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or your favorite podcast app so you never miss an episode. Until next time, fill half your plate with fruits and veggies, keep seeking new knowledge, and never stop growing.